You are about to listen to Only Fools and Collecting, a podcast for those who like a good moan about figure collecting and don't mind naughty words.
Hello everyone and welcome to yet another episode of OFAC. We are steadily marching on episode 38, and as per usual, it's me and my main man Peter. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Yep.
Yeah, good.
On this windy, crazy day.
Yeah, it has been. Today was probably the first day I'd been into work for quite some time, and I picked one day to wander around large sections of the airport outside in the fucking cold and rain. Yeah. So I can't do it when it's nice. I have to do it when it's
no. But
pissing
yeah, it's been
down.
pretty wild, hasn't it? But yeah.
It has. So, as per usual, we would like to kick off with a word from our sponsors.
Only Fools and Collecting is brought to you by Watto's Scrapyard. They 3D print parts for your hard-to-come-by Kenner vehicles. They 3D print 1/12 and 1/6 scale head sculpts from a massive back catalogue. If there is a particular character you want, he can design and 3D print it for you for a reasonable price. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram.
Honestly, the man is an absolute angel. Well worth visiting him. He is the bollocks.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Pete, it is
new this fortnight.
So what you got?
Well, we've got first of all, just say hello to all the people tuning in live. Welcome.
Sure.
Yes, so a little bit of I'll start with the little guys on the right. Obviously they are Jawas. We've talked about Jawas before, mainly from the Hot Toys one that came out a little while ago with the Gonk droid.
Yeah.
I think it had issues. It was a bit of an oddball, quite expensive, you know. And people have been parting them out, and I've been looking, but it's still, I couldn't justify it. We both picked up the Mythos Obi one, the sideshow one, didn't we? The other week. So I quite fancy. We were talking about, you know, who could he go with, and I thought, you know what, I still like some Jawas, and I can either have like one with him, one with the New Hope, or whatever. So so I've been looking for ages, and then someone had them up the old sideshow 2-packs, what these are, on eBay. On bids, I think it was 150 starting bids. So I was like, okay, well, I'll stick 180 in. I don't want to pay more than that. Yeah, and I got them for that. So nice. I was quite pleased, and they were pretty much brand new. They were all boxed, like all the other hands and bits had never been taken out. It was all, you know, perfect. So yeah, open them up. Obviously, the first issue is the bodies. Everyone knows that they are very, very loose and wobbly, and they won't really stand on their own, just because all they're a bit like the 1/12 figures. So they've got little holes in their feet, and you just get a little round stand with a peg that goes up into the foot. It fits fairly tight, so it doesn't drop out. But even then, so actually, my first real use of the joint juice, cracking, mate, cracking.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
It's really good. I gave it one sort of go in all the joints, let that dry, and then did a second one, and it really worked. And you know, it's a lot better than, because I was going to use plumber's tape and stuff like that, but yeah, to do it like that works a treat. So they'll stand fine on their own now. And then the only other thing you've got to do really is kind of work with the robes. The robes are fine. You don't really need to do much with those, but the hoods, they're not attached, so they're the hood, and then they've got two long scarf pieces, so you kind of just wrap them across the neck. But obviously, if you don't secure it, they will just fall off. They'll just move about. So all I've done is I put a couple of stitches in the back to hold them onto the robe, and then a couple of stitches just in the front, just to shape them and bring them down to keep them open. But yeah, they're really cool.
they were separate bits.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're completely separate, and there's no way you could keep it posed with them, because the minute you touch it, just fall off. So I thought I'd just stick a couple of stitches in, and they're really good. The eyes work and everything, but obviously, you know, you've got to do a switch on the head. But what I've done there, if you can see, I've picked this up from one of the Sideshow Freaks groups, is I bought some, they're yellow rhinestones. So they're self-adhesive. So you stick them on and they still, even in just, you know, the light from the cabinets, they get a nice sort of twinkle to them. So you don't need to bother turning the lights on. If you want the lights on, they'll still shine through them. So yeah, so that was quite good. That was, you know, that was a good little idea. So they're really cool.
Really good idea. Really good idea.
Yeah, and people have done it on their R2s as well. So you get like a red one or a blue one, and you can stick them over R2s, and then without having the lights on, they've still got a little bit of a sparkle to them.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah, yeah. So I might get some, and I think it was like £1 free postage for about 80 of those.
Yeah,
you can't buy like a couple. You got a whole thing, but
shit like that, you end up with thousands.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I might try out the R2 ones as well and see what they look like and let you know. But yes, they're really cool, and I have weathered up my Obi-Wan now, like you did. So
nice,
it's looking good. So I got to decide whether I want to display both of them with him, one of them with him, blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm pleased I've got them. I've been after them for quite some time, and you know, finally managed to get them at a decent price. Nice. So these guys are talking about picking up Chick-fil-A for lunch. Sounds very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Danny's going to try that with R2. Yeah, and then the other big, the big new this fortnight, not figure related, but obviously movie related. I bought a projector, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Does look cool.
It's not set up properly, so obviously I will ceiling mount it. Dead on into the middle, so that's just projecting against I've got a lovely big plain wall there, which is pretty much like a CinemaScope ratio, so it's about 2.35 to 1. So the idea is when it's mounted on the ceiling, it'll be further back, so it should fill that entire wall perfectly with a and then obviously if you've got 16 to 9, then it'll be slightly less wide, but at the moment it's just sitting on top of this bookshelf behind me. So it's an Epson, it's a laser one as well, so I was really keen on getting a laser light source rather than a lamp, because they've got a much longer life on them, so they rate them for about 20,000 hours viewing, whereas it was a standard lamp, you're looking at about 3,000. And they're a couple £100 each, I think, those lamps. And you have to switch them on about half an hour before you want to watch anything to warm them up, and then they take a long time to switch off as well because they get really hot. And as they age, they get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, whereas the laser is the same for its entire life. And I guess maybe one day it just goes, but 20,000 hours is like 2 hours a day, every day for 30 years. So it should last me out. And obviously you get benefits that the laser light gives you better blacks, better colors. It's a beast. It's huge, but yeah, I'll hopefully get it ceiling mounted in the next few weeks. And then we've got to redecorate in here, but that that wall will probably just stay white, and I'll just get some, you can buy some, I think it's just a very expensive white paint, but you can get special projector paint, which is meant to give you a slight, you know.
Is it got to be like really matte?
Yeah, kind of. It's all to do with your room setup. So you can have a white screen, a black screen, or a grey screen. So if the best case scenario, if you can completely black your room so you can stop any light coming in at all, then you want a white screen, because a projector doesn't project black. So the black is what is the black wall, if you like. So if you've got a white wall but you can cut out all the light, then that wall becomes black. But it means that when they project colors onto it, or whites, then they stand out, they're sharper. If you can't cut out light, then you can either go with a grey screen, which gives you better blacks because it's already darker, but then you lose out on the highlights and the colors. But in here, I'm pretty good. I've got like blackout curtains. So in the evening, definitely I can make it pretty much pitch black in here. and it's bloody brilliant. I'm just blown away by it. I've always wanted a projector, but there's no substitute for when you just get that going and you just whack this massive image on the wall. And like just watching Star Wars, I just see things that I've never noticed before because the image is so big, so sharp. It's like it's really cool. It's not native 4K because they're about 6, 7, 8 grand upwards for a native 4K projector. But this is, they have, I'm getting really boring now, but it's like a pixel shift thing. So they have one image and then they display another image on top of it, but they shift it just slightly diagonally. So you're effectively seeing the same information, but twice. So you kind of getting a pseudo 4K, which looks fantastic to me. So, and the other problem is what I was going to say, it's got a really good lens shift on it. So this is sitting kind of, if you look at that screen, it's sitting top right of that picture. So you've got quite a lot of, because it's a decent projector, you've got quite a lot of, so you can shift it left, shift it up left, but what you get there is, you can see slightly there, the letterbox is shorter on the right than on the left, because obviously the wall is a lot nearer that side of the lens. But once I've got it ceiling mounted in the center, then that'll all be, all the geometry will be spot on. And it's really quiet as well because the lasers don't run hot. So
which don't need fans and shit. Yeah,
it's got the 2 fans on the side, but it's really quiet. So
nice.
Love it, mate, love it.
I'm just everyone loves a new toy.
It just makes me want to just watch movies again, because I'd sort of slacked off a bit, but now I'm like, right, what can I watch now? So how about yourself, mate? You've had a busy one.
I've had a really good couple of weeks, to be fair. It looks like in the chat there's some rather interesting stuff going on. We got Rainer didn't know he had a sex change. Basically, if you give us a shout, that is me, Darkside Customs on Facebook. Just give us a shout, drop us a PM, and I will add all the facial hair to whatever you want, mate. No worries. Everyday Collectors in the chat. We've got, so it started off with food and then it went all the way through to I think I even saw foot jobs at some point. Nice. Nice. Well, that is how they roll over in the States. Foot jobs and chicken for lunch. Lovely. So I've had a pretty good couple of weeks, to be fair. Everything kind of came in at once, which was quite nice. So my Mando arrived finally, and I've been having all kinds of fun and games with thigh pads. So I've got a new couple of thigh pad designs in that I've been printing and fucking about with and playing about with. And I've just, in fact, downloaded some new ones today that I printed that I think are better. So I will be painting those up and offering those at some point.
So what's different about them?
So the new design is very similar. Yeah, it's very similar to that one there. So the first ones I didn't have like the 3 lines. I think you see that one. So that's the new one I'm going to be doing. So it's not tapered like the other one. It's got kind of the 3 lines and these inverted lines, all that kind of stuff. So I'll be doing that, and there's a very similar version painted up on my Mando at the moment. But I'm loving the new Mando. As soon as I got it, as soon as I got it, I took the body off, swapped it round for a Python M33 or 35. 33. 33,
yeah.
Although I've cut now, the other night I was looking at it and thought the chest is just slightly too puffy, so I stripped it all off again and took a pair of scissors to it and cut the chest down a bit to get it to really sit properly. So now both my Mandos are now on Python bodies, and I love them. They're great. Things I didn't go for the deluxe because a lot of the accessories I've already printed that I wanted, so I went for kind of the standard. But
because you've got that Grogu in the crib down the side, haven't you?
All I need to do is rescale Grogu slightly so he's a bit bigger. But now I've got the Hot Toys one. It's easy to get the size off. I'll just measure it and do that, and then that can then sit with the OG Mando. And then when IG turns up as well, that'll be a really nice little set there.
Yeah. So you've got the standalone one, but not the one in the
yeah. So the normal pack comes with I think it's the flame effects, the grappling hook, a knife, 1 bar of Beskar, the hands, the pistol, the rifle, and the jetpack.
Yeah.
And a horrible fucking base, which is another sand base. But this time, what they've done is given you a flight stand.
Okay.
But what I did was that normal arms won't fit into the hole that the flight stand goes in. But if you have a normal spare arm, just gently rub it over with a bit of sandpaper, and you can get it down to the right size that it will just slot straight in the hole. So I've got the best of kind of both worlds. But I ordered 20 normal black oval stands, and I've gone through my collection and just took all the massive fuck off stands out. So I need to order another 20 to finish off.
Talked about that last show, didn't we?
Yeah. So my queue down there, which is now empty, is just full of stands where I haven't had a chance to do anything with it. It's full of stands and figures that people have sent me to work on.
Right.
So I've not actually got anything really worth displaying in that bottom bit. There we go. Sup peeps from over the pond. Hello, Mr. KG Smith.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, so that was Mando, which I'm absolutely fucking loving. And then out of the blue, Inigo posted a list of the first 30 people that he was sending out the Empire hand sculpt to, and I was on the list, so I got that. And
it's not right, mate. It's not right without a drama.
Thing is, he's switched to a caster in the UK. So
right, okay.
So now it's really well run, because the guy who used to do it really he shall not be named.
Yeah.
There was almost all the well-known painters would get all theirs first, and you'd be thinking the moment that post went up to say you could be like second on the fucking list, and you wouldn't get yours for fucking like a good year. Yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised when he said, "Oh, here's a tracking number," and I just assumed that it was just going to take like a couple of weeks. I forgot about it changing over.
Yeah.
So he posted, then the next day it turned up, and I was like, "Well, fuck me!" And it was my painting day as well. So I was like,
"Yeah, beautiful."
Well, it turns out I'm not going to be painting any of the other shit I have to do. I'm going to be painting this up, and it's a weird sculpt because unpainted, and the photos I got it because he's a really good sculptor, and his Harrison Fords are amazing. But when it comes to Han Solo, it's always just the last version of the indie he's done.
Yeah, with that
new
stubble.
hair. Yeah, with that stubble, new hair. So when I saw the photos, now I thought I'll get it because it's his work and I really like him. But I wasn't 100% convinced. But once I'd painted it up, I was like, actually, I quite like this. So it's back on the Besbian hand. The Endor jacket's come off because I can't find a black waistcoat for love nor money.
No.
You used to be able to get those fuckers 10 a penny, but I cannot find them anywhere. So yeah, he's back on the Besbin. And what is good about this sculpt that's different to the other hand ones he does, Harrison Ford ones he does, is the inside of the sculpt. Yeah. So it's now got a cup molded in that fits perfectly onto the body.
Oh, nice.
It makes it suctions on and everything. It's perfect.
Cool.
And it really lines up at the right height, which was quite a nice little touch.
And how was it with the detachable bit of the hair at the front? Is that all
absolutely fine? I was a bit worried about that, to be fair. I thought I might end up getting a big line.
You can't see it.
No. Once it's painted, you can't see it at all. I think anything like that, what I tend to do is do it all the base color, all the hair, and the extra piece.
Yeah.
Flip it over so you've got kind of the inside bit of the hair. Dry brush that over, give that the washes that you do the rest of the hair, then stick it on, and then just treat it as though you were doing the rest of it. And that tends to kind of hide a lot of it, because if you completely do it separate, you run the risk of when you do stick it together, it stands out like a sore thumb. You've got to stick it on at the right point, otherwise it can really cause you aggro.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Danny. In fact, I've got Danny's bits to do as well. I've got his 2 sculpts sitting there done. I've just got to do his boots and all that kind of stuff, and then he will have his stuff.
What boots have you got in your hand? Is that
those are the Return of the Jedi Luke boots.
Yeah, I thought they were. Yeah,
I had a spare set back when no one really gave a shit about Luke, and people were parting out the bits. Yeah. I think the trousers are just A New Hope ones that I dyed and then painted and then painted the little stripes on them.
Yeah,
So yeah, that weren't too bad. And then I have to eat my words.
Yeah,
on the next one.
Yeah.
So I picked up Qui-Gon. So as most people know, I really did not like this from the promo photos. Right, I didn't think it looked anything like Neeson at all. I really didn't. I thought it looked pretty basic. I didn't think much of it, but a guy we know who does some very cool customs, Jason Darren, was selling. I mean, lucky for me, because I've done very well out of him the last couple of weeks. He's saving up for a wedding, so I ended up picking a massive box of parts off him, dirt cheap.
Oh, nice.
And this,
I saw the Qui-Gon listed up, and I thought it was a good price.
Yeah. So it was missing the cloak and the poncho. But luckily I have the sideshow set, which is sitting there ready to be sent over to Sean, and I tapped him up and said to Sean, do me a favor, I need to nick the poncho back out of it. And he was very good about it. He said, yeah, no worries, not a problem.
Right, okay.
So I've got the sideshow poncho on it and it looks fine. In hand, it's a really nice sculpt. I just didn't like the pictures. The box is funny because you open it up and the first thing you see, it's got to be the best insert ever. It's just a picture of Qui-Gon looking lovingly into Darth Maul's crotch, which I think was amazing.
That's from that, is it? That's from the insert.
It's from that, yeah. And I was like, they've dropped a bullock a couple of times, like we're an Anakin that looked as though he was going to suck the Emperor off at some point in one of them. But this was brilliant. I
just wrote, and I put that Ian guy because it's how on earth that Ian guy doesn't appreciate and trashes the Qui-Gon sculpt is beyond me. Yeah, he wants more Jedi. Rolls eyes. So the first thing, as soon as you said to me, I've got Hot Toys Qui-Gon, I was like, mate, you're gonna have to eat your words.
Yeah. To be fair though, I didn't absolutely trash the sculpt.
I can't remember what you said.
I think I said it looked like he's. I think it looked like his less famous brother or something.
Yeah.
But in hand, it's fair enough. In hand, it's fine. The guy's still a cunt, but
but we had a good laugh out of him. We got
we did. But yeah, it's to be fair, it's a pretty basic figure. And I figured I'll pick it up because I could always use body. I could always use Jedi clothes. And at the end of the day, I'll keep it for a while. And if I'm still a little bit funny about it, I might sell the sculpt and do something with the rest of it. But it's
at least you've got a decent prequel display, so he does fit in. You've got somewhere for him to go.
Yeah, he doesn't like stand. He doesn't stand out. He fits in quite well, which is quite nice. And then off of you, I got a load of this Hoth gear. So I pretty much got all the Hoth clothes apart from I think it was the sculpts, the goggles, and
the gauntlets.
The gauntlet bits. But I'm pretty sure I could chat someone like Sean up and say, "Can you do me a favor, please?" And by do me a favor, I mean pay you money to do me gauntlets. But yeah, I'm loving it. I've got my V1 hand sculpt on there at the moment, but I haven't had a lot of time to fanny about. I was like, I swear I've got a spare body somewhere. Found a body that for some reason I must have cut the neck and the torso off of it.
Okay.
So I chucked it on that for a bit, but I ordered a load of spare body, so I've just put it in. So yeah, that was good. I'd still need to weather it and put some snow on it, but
it's a great figure, great outfit.
It's probably one of the better things that Sideshow have done. I really want to get one of the Lukes, but they're just such.
That's what happened. Yeah, so obviously that I was through that because I'd had the ham for ages, this hand, and then obviously I got wind of somebody that was selling all the parts for Luke, basically without the sculpt, the unhatted sculpt, and the stand and that, and he wanted 80 quid. I was like, I'm having it, mate. I'm having it, because I couldn't find them for sort of under about 300 quid.
Yeah.
And then he went, do you know what? I've got all the hand stuff. I'll chuck that in as well. So that's why I've managed to sell you that stuff, because I got a full set of hand as well. And that was all weathered. That's got all the snow and stuff on it. But in the meantime, I kind of covered my back. So I did order a Luke from America, and I got him for under 200, and I've sold him on since. So they, you know, obviously you can, it's taken me a long, it's taken me a long time to get one. But it was one on the UK groups the other day, but it was 300 and something. So that's too much. And obviously I've done the swap where I've put the Hot Toys Jedi head in, because otherwise it's pretty naff, like the hand head as well. But all the clothing is lovely. Really
it's weird with like that Jedi Luke head, because when you put the hair on it, I'm like, it's something about it just doesn't quite ring Mark Hamill. As soon as you take the hair off, you go, I see Mark Hamill there.
Yeah,
it's the same with Anakin. So the Anakin sculpts, I look at those and I think, I just don't see Hayden Christensen in there at all. And then someone sent me one of the blank recaster paint, and it comes without the hair. You have to assemble the full pieces of hair onto it and stuff. And without the hair, I'm looking at it going, that's spot on. That is really, really good.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hair on that one, isn't there? And it's quite detracting from the face sculpts, I think. But yeah, that Hot Toys Jedi Luke with the Endor helmet on, or with the Hoth one, looks brilliant.
Yeah, looks really good. So yeah, that was our swag for the last 2 weeks, which we didn't do too bad, if I'm honest.
No.
Now we would go into new releases, but there wasn't really anything we wanted to talk about, so we're just not going to bother with that. And I think it's probably worth if we jump straight into
coming soon.
See that seamless transition there. So first up, we have the Big Chief Studios. They're reissuing a lot of their Doctor Who figures, which is probably going to mean nothing to the guys in the States. So these are only going to be available at Savvy, and these are 200 quid a pop, out July 2021. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, I like it. I owned a Tom Baker figure. I bought him when he was first released, probably it's got to be a good 5 years ago, I think, when Big Chief were kind of first getting into the Doctor Who stuff. Great figure. The outfit, really good. I just wasn't blown away by the sculpt on him, and they brought out a second sculpt with a smiling sculpt. And again, it was a little bit, you could tell who it was, but I was never that sold on the sculpt. And I think, as we've discussed before, I struggled to know where to display him. You know, who would he go with? Because they brought out a TARDIS as well, but that was really expensive because it was a big, heavy polystone job, I think.
They're gorgeous though, aren't they? They're really nice.
They are lovely. So I did sell him on, but yeah, they're great. And you know, I think, as you said, like before we came on, for 200 quid, I think that's pretty good, because I can't remember what I paid for Tom originally, but it was definitely around about that.
So I know the Chris Eccleston for a while was just dirt cheap, because he did one series and then went, I don't want to be typecast, and then fucked off and doesn't touch Doctor Who again. No. So he wasn't that well received. But David Tennant, fuck me, the prices on that fucker were astronomical.
Yeah.
Because I've repainted a lot of Big Chief stuff and a lot of the Doctor Who stuff. Like I've done a Capaldi, a Matt Smith, and a Tennant.
Yeah.
And underneath the paint, the sculpts are really nice.
Yeah.
Because I've had a Matt Smith and that was nice. Like the tailoring was good. It was just, and I think at the time, that particular version, which wasn't this one with that tweed coat, it was one of the later ones with the bigger, longer coat and the pocket watch and stuff. That was relatively cheap, but that was quite nice as well. So I'm if they're 200 quid a pop and the price stays around that, I'll definitely look at picking a few up.
It's interesting to know why they've gone just with these guys, because they did release a William Hartnell. So I'm not sure why he's not in there. And there's a War Doctor as well.
That hasn't been out that long though, was it? The War Doctor.
No,
it's only a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, the William Hartnell's been a while, so you'd have thought he'd have been there. And I think there's a John Pertwee is imminent, you know, as a new release. He's coming soon, I think. And
mate, as soon as it's a Sylvester McCoy, I'm on it.
Yeah,
he was my doctor growing up.
Really good, actually.
Yeah.
As much as he's an annoying bastard, and his outfit was ridiculous, the figure actually looks really good.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't quite get my head around why they picked these particular 5. Like, I get Tom Baker because that's insanely popular. But I don't understand, because to me, like Eccleston, you can still pick that up relatively cheap. The others, fair enough, they've started to get into silly money territory. Eddie. I've never watched Doctor Who. Shame. You should do. It's good. To be fair though, like the new lot, the first couple of series, the effects are really janky. Like the Christopher Eccleston series is so bad, but push through it, you get to David Tennant, and he's probably one of the best doctors in living memory. He's really good. So yeah, it's worth picking up and having a look. But I'm quite excited for these at £200 a pop. I could see myself branching out a little bit into a bit Doctor Who.
And they come with a ton of accessories.
Shit
really
tons.
good. Yeah, like the Tom Baker's got his Jelly Babies, he's got the Sonic. There's all sorts of little bits that are worth the money.
Because the hands on these are quite good as well. So the Big Chief Studio hands are quite detailed, but they're really soft. So when you're putting stuff in them, you're not fighting against anything. It just all works, which is quite nice. It's just their paint app. Their paint app is the only thing that lets them down, really. So
the only other thing that lets us down is Zavi. They're a little bit inconsistent.
They're a bit hit and miss, aren't they?
But,
true. But we'll see. And then we had the Hot Toys Bo Katan, 280 quid from Sideshow. That would now, what I've done is I've worked that out, including shipping and import. And he's out April to June 2022. So I pre-ordered this. But what do you think, Pete?
I think it looks great. I'm a bit worried about the price, because obviously you're now pushing up towards the £300 mark for what isn't there's not a massive amount of stuff, and they're obviously putting these pretty ghastly backdrops in with their figures now, and they're putting a dollar price on that, whereas obviously most of us aren't going to use those. But the figure looks really nice. It's there's been a lot of piss taken about the sculpt, and I didn't put any of those in because they're a bit, there's people saying she looks like John Cena and stuff like that. And you can kind of, and you said that's you can't unsee that now, but
no,
it's I really like it. Obviously, you love it because you've ordered one, so
yeah. So for me, because I'm ordering through Sideshow, when I went to order it, it came up about 20 quid more expensive than I thought it was going to.
Okay.
But every time I fucking log on to Sideshow, they're like, oh, have an £18 fucking coupon. Have another one. Have another one.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I've got I'll see if I can apply it. Yep, you can apply it. It's 20 quid off. Happy days. So it brought it back down to what, the last couple of figures I pre-ordered.
Yeah.
The predicament I'm in now is when I go and look through all my pre-orders, January to April next year, I'm not eating. I'm fucked. There's just so much coming out. But
get those arse pics ready.
Yeah, I'll take a leaf out of Zach's book.
Yeah,
sell my arsehole. But yeah, so this I really like it. And to be fair, I don't think I wouldn't display it with the head sculpt.
No,
it would always be, it's a Mandalorian, so it would be helmeted. I think the head sculpt's okay. It's not the best I've ever seen. But it's instantly recognisable. I know who it's meant to be.
Yeah.
I think they've probably got time to tweak it a little bit. When you look at the JC pictures where he puts up, that looks really nice.
My main issue is just that jaw. The jawline's too strong. If they can soften that up a bit, and then I think that'll make a big difference to it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm not a fan of the weird plastic insert. I'm not really a fan of the base either, if I'm honest. I'd rather just have a simple base. Yeah. Because so if I've got this in my display, I'm going to put it next to the Mandalorian, who has a sand base, and then she's now got a metal base, and I just think, and don't get me wrong, like the base on the Series 2 Mando might make complete sense to this because it's from a different series, but I'm getting so sick and tired of the bases being so big that it probably won't even come out the pack. It will sit in the box.
It's funny. Eddie and Mark are having a right old ding dong in the chat about all the stuff that Eddie hasn't seen.
Man, honestly, I think Eddie's probably been raised in a cave somewhere. Like he's just not seen anything. Like
he's the kid in that. Was it called Room? That film with
he's the boy in the bubble. He just doesn't get to watch anything. Like, was it the other day they were like on? It was either After Dark or I can't even keep up because Eddie's on fucking everything.
Yeah, I know. That's confusing, isn't it?
He's like, no, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that. Like, he hasn't seen The Godfather. Like,
he's seen Casino though.
Oh well, that's better then, isn't it?
Well, mate, yeah.
Yeah, no, go. You shouldn't even be here. Like, don't watch us. Go and watch. Just catch up on movies because it's shameful at the moment, Eddie. Shameful.
Yep.
Poor show, and you wouldn't even know where poor show's from either because you probably haven't even seen Hook. So yeah, and then we have Wandavision, Scarlet Witch, 270 quid, out July to September 2022. What do you think?
Well, they didn't waste any time with these, did they? It was literally 2 days after the finale aired, and everyone was speculating. Oh yeah, well, they're going to do it, and then bang, yes, there you go. I like it. I think again, the head sculpt when I've seen the JC Hong one looks really strong. Looks better than what I can see here, and it's cool because it's the first real. Well, she was given her name in this series, wasn't she? So she's always just been her actual name. I never called her Scarlet Witch. So it's her first incarnation with an actual proper costume, and it looks cool. I thought she was really cool in the show, and she's a very attractive lady. Sculpted hair. I know they've kind of gone back to that from because they've had a few disasters with the like the rooted hair and the Wonder Woman stuff. So it doesn't capture because when you see the her in the show, it's really like quite frizzy, isn't it? Quite curly and frizzier hair, which you could not really have got in plastic. But it looks all right. It might hinder posing a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, what do you think? You like it?
I like it. I'm well out of Marvel though.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's great, but it just seems expensive for what it is. I mean, there's a lot of people like cutting off the head sculpt and the weird crown thing and that, but it doesn't offend me. For some reason, this and Vision, like the necks seem to be quite wide, which I don't quite understand. But I mean, I'm guessing if the hands light up, it's a new design. It's a newly designed body. So I kind of get, you know, new head sculpt, new body, completely new tailoring and that.
Price,
so
yeah.
I kind of get why it's a little bit more expensive. But yeah, it doesn't offend me, to be fair. It's quite nicely tailored. It's probably one of those that if you don't pick it up now, it's going to cost you a fucking fortune down the line.
Yeah.
Big time.
It
doesn't offend me.
What's the out of focus? Is that the spell book?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I guess they yeah. Well, it isn't. It isn't. It's yeah. So yeah, it's probably worth having a look at. And then there's Vision, which is 245 quid, out July to September 2022, so the same time. Go on, Pete. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Again, he's okay. He was never one of my favourite characters anyway. So I think I was initially a bit sceptical about the TV show, although I did enjoy it. I thought it was quite quite funny. Ryan saying that he only managed to watch the first two. Well, yeah, because it's definitely the first one. It's really odd because you don't get any real sense of what's going on. You get a few sort of little teasers in the second one, and obviously then from then on it kind of really takes off. But it's very odd, the first couple.
Yeah, I struggled a bit.
Yeah, you're thinking like, what is this? Is it going to be like this all the way through? Is it a comedy? Is it you know? Yeah. So I mean, I was never, even when I was collecting Marvel, I didn't really have any kind of desire to own a Vision. So yeah, I mean, again, he's got another shitty background there that I don't suppose anyone's going to use. He's quite a bit beefier than the original version. He's got his six-pack now, and he's wearing a nappy.
Yeah, it makes the first Vision look a bit anorexic.
Yeah.
Like a couple of people put some photos up, and I was like, oh.
Paul Bettany's not a massive guy. Obviously, you know that six-pack is in the suit, not you know. But yeah, again, it's fine. But definitely looks a kind of brighter magenta than the original one as well. I think the original one was a bit more subdued in the colours.
I don't mind it.
No.
I think up until Wandavision, you could pretty much pick a Vision up for about 150 quid. No one really gave a shit.
And they were changing hands.
They were so cheap. I mean, if I had, you know, if I was into Marvel and I had the first anorexic Vision, I probably wouldn't bother upgrading. But that's the thing. Vision is quite a boring looking character to me in a way. He's got a onesie and a cape. So the thing is, I like the character. In WandaVision, he was very good. But it would be interesting to see, now they've got these like base figures out the way, looking at some of the weird and wonderful Stan Lees they've done. They could do so much more. Like, it would be interesting to see like the 1920s Vision and stuff like that.
Well, a lot of people were stuck that up, weren't they? They wanted the
Halloween costumes.
Yeah, the Halloween costume ones. It would have been cool if they'd included those as like a little extra. But I mean, there's two very obvious reasons why people wanted the the Elizabeth Olsen that costume. It would fit in. It would fit in well in some of the weird Python groups that are about. Yeah, definitely.
So like I said, if they do some of the other versions, that could be potentially interesting. But this is just a bit. I think Eddie summed it up pretty well. It's a bit meh.
Yeah, it is. Meh. Next one.
Yeah. So then this is fucking blinding. So this is the SooSoo Toys Green Menace, 150 quid at Q3 2021.
Yeah, love him. Yeah, love him. And our third host, Steve, has gone ahead and pre-ordered one as well, hasn't he? He loved it that much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love it. I love that. That head is brilliant. I love the kind of like the difference in the eyes, and the grid and everything. I think it's fantastic.
I love all of it.
Yeah. And
it makes me want to dive back into Spider-Man.
I know, it's really bad because I saw it and I was like, I've got rid of all Marvel and everything. I was thinking, do you know what? This with a Spidey would look so good. I haven't ordered it or anything yet.
No.
Because there's that Hot Toys classic Spidey coming, isn't it? Which would be perfect.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. I saw it and went, because I don't think SooSoo Toys won't touch a Spider-Man for obvious reasons. I think that's probably too close to the wire for them.
I think so. But they fill in the gaps, don't they? They give you the villains and the sidekicks and stuff.
Yeah, so it would, if that classic suit Spider-Man and this would be perfect. It's just my biggest bugbear with the Spider-Man figures is you just can't pose them.
No.
You want it flipping about and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, I've got the Homecoming homemade suit came in the other day, and that
the one that you can do it with.
Yeah, you can fucking do whatever you like with that. And I'm thinking now, actually, I really like this. I might keep it. But all the other Spider-Man figures I've got, I move on because I'm like, I don't see the point of having a Spider-Man that you can't do Spider-Man shit with.
You can, but you run the risk, obviously, of damaging the suit.
I think the closest we got was probably the Amazing Spider-Man figures, because at least with those, if you blasted the suits with hot steam, it would go back. The Raimi suits were all cloth, but the problem with those was the stupid sleeves. It was effectively like it was wearing a giant long sleeve T-shirt, so it just looked funky and weird. Yeah, and then the new lot, nothing, can't pose it.
No, I had what was the first not Garfield one, the Hollow one we got, was it Homecoming?
Yes.
Yeah, so I had that one, and I had
the advanced suit.
That's it.
Was it advanced suit? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I had that posed in a dynamic pose for quite some time. And then when I came to move it on, it had the knees, they had sagged a bit, but that did take to the steam okay. I mean, there may be a limit to how many times you can do that. If you're constantly reposing it and doing the steam, and then it may obviously weaken the fabric. But yeah, I was surprised actually how well that went back. So there is a risk, but I think you kind of have to gauge that.
Yeah. You can get away with tech suit. That's it. Tech suit. Advanced suits, the video game one. Tech suit. That's it.
Tech suit,
yeah. So while we're on comic books, there was also the BBK Harley for 97 quid out Q3 2021. I like this.
Yep.
You're not really an Arkham guy, though, are you, Pete?
I'm not. No, this is all kind of a bit lost on me. So is this from the game again?
Yeah, this is from. This is how good it is. It's like someone reached into the game and just pulled it straight out. This is probably this is the perfect Harley from the Arkham games.
Oh, cool! I know Steve was impressed, and he's our main DC guy. So yeah.
And for 97 quid, the only thing, and I've just noticed it now, was on that second picture, you can just see one of those horrible seams on the arms.
Yeah.
The swivel just underneath the tattoo.
Yeah, so they're kind of on the bicep, aren't they?
Yeah, so might potentially need a body swap. Kind of seen Nicole Kidman in her face. Yeah, I can see why you're saying that. But for 97 quid, I really like it. If I had a Joker, had an Arkham Joker, I would 100%.
Yeah, and you could pretty much for that price you could justify dropping 50 or 60 quid on a Firesome body for it.
Yeah. For that price, if it turns up and the sculpt's shit and the body's shit, I don't care, because as long as the clothing looks like that, I'll happily pay that for the clothing. No worries. And then sort the rest out myself.
The only thing is it if it's all pleather, I suppose, there's always a risk of flaking down the line.
But we don't tend to have that over here, though.
Not so much, no, because we don't have the humidity, do we? Or the extreme temperature things. I know Eddie was saying on CW that kind of is a big worry for him, and it's kind of what's pushing him into statues. But again, I've had very little experience with it. I had the original Hot Toys Hellboy, and that was bad. But apart from that, yeah, I've not really personally experienced much.
No, I might have had like an odd belt do it, or potentially someone sent me one of the Diamond Select like quarter scale Terminators, and that was just riddled with it. But on the whole, like when I look at my actual collection, but then again, I don't have a lot of pleather clad stuff. No, it's just I'm just not kinky like that. So I don't have a lot of it, but what I have had has held up absolutely fine, and I've not had to do anything weird like buy special wipes or, you know, use the semen from the firstborn cow in the village to soften it up or anything like that. It's just been fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, so yeah, 90 odd quid, well worth it. And then Duff Toys are at it again with their Phase 2 figure.
Phase 2, nice.
Fucking neck on it. 101 quid at Q4 2021.
It's just like it's like a tube, isn't it? The neck is the same width as the face.
Yeah. It's. I like it, but there's loads there that I'm not liking.
No.
So Ryan says, "Have you guys seen the Harley Quinn Margot Robbie bust?" I have. Yes. I have seen it, and some of the comments have been amazing. I think one guy put, "I pre-ordered this, and now I'm thinking of a way to hide it from my teenage sons." And I was like,
"Oh God,
yeah, it's just, yeah. If you had teenage boys, you just don't. The thing's going to be absolutely ruined within a week." But yeah, Phase 2, like the sculpt, funky neck, not liking the way that they could have at least given you coloured coloured pegs.
Yeah, that's the most glaring thing there, isn't it?
Yeah. But like to be fair, if this is what I think it is, and it's a clothing set, you could probably, if you got some milli part or something, you could probably fuck that up a bit and just put a bit of purple paint on it. Not a great deal you can do about the peg, but
no.
4K and no checks. It's really ruined an opportunity with that. But yeah, I think you get a decent amount of accessories in that on this. It's not the worst Two-Face I've ever seen. I think that, like I say, if they just reduce the neck a little bit, it would probably be really good. But that might be the body they're using, to be fair.
Yeah.
Looks all right. And then while we're talking about dodgy hands, Worldbox are bringing out a 14-piece handset, which will cost you 13 quid and is out Q2 2021, so just round the corner. These are really nice. Yeah. Really nice.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I like them. I'll be tempted to pick up a set just to see. But yeah, they look really well painted. They've got a lot of good sort of, you know, vein detail and stuff on them. And there's some quite good, some more unusual, like the thumbs up and the that kind of, you know, ones that you
like
don't know.
Coin holding.
Yeah, and the pointy finger as well. You know, you'd be surprised how few of those there are about. So, you know, if you've got particularly for like a hand, like, you know, a lot of people want to pose him doing the finger, and they're difficult to get hold of. So there's definitely one in there, two in there.
I find with Han, if you get like Jedi hands and stuff like that, because they're all doing weird shit, you can get a lot. They work quite well for Han.
Yeah,
but like you say, you never get that one, the pointing.
No, you don't.
Which would be amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, they do look good. Might pick up a set just to see what they're like.
I mean, for 13 quid, if they turn up and they're shit,
yeah, you can't
lost anything.
Can't knock it really, no.
And then Pure Arts are bringing out a Skyrim, the Dovahkiin from the Dragonborn. Yeah. This will cost you 180 quid in that Q4 this year. Were you into Skyrim? Did you play it?
I did play it. I played it a bit, not massively. I kind of probably just skimmed the surface. I didn't get that far into it. But yeah, it was good.
Me and my mates caned it.
Yeah.
Absolutely caned it. It was like our go-to game. I remember trying to so this is how much I played it. I had a full set of dragon bone armor, and what you had to do was to get your blacksmithing up to 100 to be able to make it. You literally made daggers. So you made dagger after fucking dagger after dagger for hours to get your stats up so you could do it. Yeah, I'm not even kidding when I say I must have probably sunk like 300 hours into the game. Like it was all me and my mates played when it first came out on the 360. Since then, it's been like on every version of every console ever. But yeah, it's really, really good. Well worth it. But I think, as Marcus just pointed out, yeah, 5 years late.
Yeah, who's still hanging out for one of
cap on me for not watching some movies. You don't want to know how many games I haven't played. Well, it's hard to get electricity and running water in a cave. Fucking idiot. Yeah. Of course you haven't played this. Probably don't even know who fucking Mario is. But yeah, this game was fucking spot on. Absolutely loved it. I don't really want a figure for it because it's not going to fit in with anything at the moment. This falls into the same category as like Breaking Bad figures.
Yeah.
And Game of Thrones.
It's that ship is
too little. Yeah, it's ship sailed. I mean, looking at it though, you get quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's like the deluxe one. There's a basic one, but you know the deluxe one obviously got all those weapons. I just don't know why I put such shitty bodies on them.
It's probably
look at those needs. Yeah, I know, but it ruins the whole look of a figure like this. I can put up with the arms, but those knees.
Thing is, just release it as a kit.
Yeah,
release it as a kit. Some fucker will get hold of the biggest fuck off Python body you've ever seen in your life, and they stick it on there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it will probably look really good.
Yeah,
but yeah, you know the joints on the elbows look a bit shit. The knees look crap. I mean, tailoring looks great. Accessories look good, but yeah, for 180 quid, you know, don't give me the shit body because I'm only going to take it off and throw it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was pretty much everything we saw of interest that was coming up for PO. Not a bad selection. We got a little bit of everything in there, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think the highlight's probably going to be the Big Chief stuff. That's probably out of all of that and Bo Katan, I'm looking forward to the most. Some of it I could probably do without, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not really anything that's caught my eye, but then there's no, you know, we haven't had any classic Star Wars announcements for a while, so
no, we haven't, have we? And I don't think we will. I think they're going to ride Mando for all it's worth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Mind you, Lando should be out soon, shouldn't
it? Yeah, I'm not sure if he's end of this year or.
Yeah, because that would kind of be the next big original trilogy.
And then it's the Snow Speeder Luke, isn't it?
I was still tempted. Yeah, that's next year, I think.
Yeah.
I was still tempted by the Skiff Guard.
Yeah,
I keep eyeing it up on Sideshow. I keep looking, and I keep thinking.
I think if I could get on for about 150, I'd jump on it. But I think it's still quite expensive for what it is.
So he's 180 on Sideshow, and then you've got tax and postage. Although I've started on the next couple, I'm going to try DHL they use.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've been doing FedEx I've got an account and I don't get charged the like £12 fee.
Yeah, you get a little bit off. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just easy because they send it to you. Everything gets billed. Mark, I'm going to get a Skiff Guard. I've got a coupon 60. Yeah, fucking do it. That's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan after Rex, my top looking for. Yeah, I mean Rex. Yeah, that's out. You know, that should be a few months. So I've got a few months to sort myself out because I think I ordered that through Hong Kong. So that's the second batch. So I've bought myself a little bit of time, but not a lot.
Yeah,
not a lot.
Yeah, I've got Lando's. I think the next pre-order I've only got him and Luke on pre-order. I think so. He'll be the next one.
I think I've got IG that's meant to ship this month. Sideshow just says it's out March, so it should be this month. And then after that, it's Rex, and then nothing else until my ass is owned by Sideshow from January through to June next year.
Yeah.
Things I put Luke on payment plan, thinking it would just start doing a payment plan on it, but no, it does it up to it times it from when it's released. So it will just go, if you go, I want 5 months. 5 months before it's meant to be released, they start the payment plan. And I was like, but I can't do that for everything, because otherwise I might as well just pay it all off in one go. Particularly like Bobber, that's like 400 quid. Like, he's going to kick my ass.
Yeah, with a double back, yeah.
Yeah, but enough about my financial woes. And it's that time in the show where we say thank you to our sponsor. So have a look at this wonderful advert I put together. Top quality production values here.
Only Fools and Collecting is brought to you by Watto's Scrapyard. They 3D print parts for your hard-to-come-by Kenner vehicles. They 3D print 1/12 and 1/6 scale head sculpts from a massive back catalogue. If there is a particular character you want, he can design and 3D print it for you for a reasonable price. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram.
Blinding top man, and I think he's in the chat as well. So yeah, TV, film, and games. So let's have a little spoiler-free look at WandaVision. So what did you think of the last couple of episodes, Pete?
I really liked it. I watched this with my other half, and I think she was close to quitting on it after the first 2 episodes because they were really bizarre, and it was difficult. It was difficult to kind of tell where it was going. I kept saying to her, "Well, look, there's clearly more to it than this. It's not just some weird spoof on 50s and 60s sitcoms." But I think it really got going, and they kind of introduced the protagonist, didn't they, in the last couple of episodes? And I didn't know her as a character, but she was quite cool. I assume she's someone that's been in the Marvel universe, sort of,
Yeah, I looked it up because I didn't know either.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I liked seeing her kind of become, the Scarlet Witch, as it were. And we've always known that she's really powerful because she was doing really well against Thanos before something messed it up. I can't remember what happened, but yeah, I thought it was good. I assume that they're going to plan another series.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they go straight into the Doctor Strange film, if I remember right.
Right.
Which will be great if they do.
When's that meant to be out? Is that meant to be this year? Is it?
I'm not sure.
I mean, everything's so screwed up with the cinema at the moment, isn't it?
I can't keep up.
No,
honestly, cannot keep up. I find it really hard. So, yeah, I'm not sure if it's this year or next. But I was half expecting him to rock up at the end of this, but
yeah.
I quite liked it. Yeah, I'm exactly the same as most people. First and second episode, I was a bit like, I'm not sure about this. So I wasn't, because there's fuck all else to watch. Let's be honest. I think if this had been on year before last when there was lots of things on TV, I think most people probably would have got 2 episodes in and gone, no, fuck it, I'm not giving it another go. But because there was really fuck all else on, I stuck with it, and I'm glad I did, because it did get a hell of a lot better. I think the first 2 episodes were okay. They're better now I've seen the whole series, because now they make sense. But
I enjoyed the sort of comedy element of it. I thought they were quite amusing. But
I think it helped flesh out her as a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the final couple of episodes were really good. Agatha Harkness, and Agatha all along topping the charts was brilliant. That was really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
2022 for Doctor Strange.
Okay.
According to Ryan. So yeah, next year. I quite liked it. I thought the last 2 episodes were really good. I thought it all just came together really well, which I thought was nice.
Yeah. I think that's a good point you made about fleshing her out, because I think she's very much been a peripheral character in the Avengers movie and not really given a lot of kind of scope to embody that character. So I think she's come across really well.
Yeah. I think because when you look at her and Quicksilver, it was almost we're ticking a couple of boxes because we've got them, and we can't really do a great deal with them because their whole backstory is so entwined with X-Men, but we don't have X-Men, so
we don't have mutants.
Yeah, so we're not really going to go into it too much with them, and this was good because it fleshed them out. They managed to stay away from the whole mutant kind of thing, but it gave them a bit more of a deeper backstory. It made sense why the show was the way it was, and it fleshed her out, and it was a lot better. It got better as it went on. Yeah,
because I think the next one's going to be the Captain America Falcon one, isn't it, with Bucky and
I'm quite looking forward to that.
Yeah,
that looks really good.
The trailer looked good.
Yeah, it looks a lot more action orientated because of who they are. But I'm quite looking forward because that's the 18th or 19th, isn't it?
Oh, it's that soon, is it?
I think it's this month.
Oh wow, cool.
I think. I might be getting confused with Justice League. I think it's close to the same dates.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, this month's a good month for TV. To be fair, because as I just touched on,
you did. Good segue.
It was like we planned it. The Snyder Cut is going to, over here for us in the UK, because we don't have HBO Max, is going to be on Sky Cinema, and they are going to be flogging a shitload of Now TV as well. So over here, we have Sky, and Sky a few years ago realised that, you got 19th. So,
day
19th.
After. Wow.
Day after. So, we've got a good few days of telly, and good job I got those 3 days booked off.
Nice.
Not because of that, it's just I needed to use my holiday, so it'd be quite nice to have something to watch.
Fortunate timing,
Yeah. So over here we have Sky TV, and they realised that people just wanted to watch the films and the TV programs they had, but not be stuck to a subscription. So they moved some of their packages onto like a subscription platform, so you could still get it through the normal watching Sky, and you could also pay a rolling subscription to just have them and stream to these little Now TV boxes. So I'm probably going to pick up a Now TV subscription for a month to watch it until they're released somewhere for me to download, and then I'll probably just download and keep them.
Is it going to be? Do we know? Because didn't they say it was going to be like a mini series? Going to be like 4 episodes or something. So I
don't know if they're doing one a week or if they're just going here's 4 episodes.
I imagine they'll go one a week because they want people to, as you say, because Steve was saying, you can get a free 7-day trial. Well, that doesn't do them a lot of good. You can get to watch one episode, or obviously you could wait till they've all dropped and get them all together. But I think they'll probably do them in 4.
I think it's going to be one a week. Yeah.
So
at least they get a month out of you. Ryan says, the more I see this, the more excited I am to watch it. Hope it lives up to the hype. Everything I've seen about this, and some of these screenshots that were released this week of the like apocalyptic scenes, with the Flash, Deadshot, look really good. Not a fan of the Joker. Still not a fan of the Joker, but everything else looks pretty cool. No.
I think the only downside with Now TV, and I suppose they do it to make sure that you're getting something, not getting something quite as good as Sky Cinema. I think it only streams at 720 instead of 1080, and they're never going to let it go full because they're going to say, well, if you want that, you need to pay up £100 a month for Sky.
Big time.
But it's not a major problem.
I mean, give it a week or so, and the episode will be in glorious 4K somewhere else.
Yeah,
like, it will happen. So yeah, I'm not so worried about that at the moment.
No,
but yeah, I'll probably sign up for a month. It'd be like 12 quid. Watch it, and then probably forget to unsubscribe, and then have it for a couple of months.
So you realise, what's this on here? What's going on?
I'll tell you what I did get. So I bought a new iPad, and it being brand spanking new, Apple throw a lot of crap at you. And they threw a year's worth of Apple TV in.
Yeah, I got that with my phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched it yet?
What a pile of shit. I was like, first of all, when it came through, said, finish setting your iPad up. Claim your year's worth of Apple TV. I think I got that in 4 months worth of the arcade. The arcade will come in handy for my boy. Not a problem. But Apple TV, I was like, okay.
We'll come back to the arcade because they'll screw you on that, mate. But
yeah, I think it was 4 months for free, then $4.99 a month after that. Yeah, which I did. To be fair, if there's a load of stuff my boy plays,
this is the problem. So I took up I had a 6-month free trial on it, and it's normally $4.99 a month. And so my boy gets massively into Crossy Castle, which is like a Crossy Road spin-off. And I was like, well, yeah, I didn't really realize. I got really into it, and then it kind of got up to, I got my reminder in my phone that it was going to expire, and I was like, well, I don't really want to pay £5 a month. He just plays this one game. Yeah. So I'll cancel the subscription. I'll just buy it for him. But you can't. Obviously, that's part of the thing. You can't buy
just on arcade.
Yeah. So you've got to subscribe. And he was like, he was good. He was pretty good about it, to be honest. But I said, it just there's a lot to, £60 a year for that one game. If he was playing loads of other stuff, I could have said, I'll keep it going. But just be aware of that. If your boy gets hooked, then you've got to either be really cruel.
Like I said, if he plays 3 or 4 games off of it a month, it's not so bad. But like you say, if he just ends up on one game, it ain't gonna be worth it, and I'll just have to delete it. But it's funny because he's it's his birthday next week, and he's having my old iPad as just a here you go kind of present. Yeah. So my one's like a 5th generation, but his iPad that he has is a really old, shitty. I think it's the first iPad Mini.
Right. Yeah.
But all he's been doing is watching kids' YouTube. But he wants to play games and stuff. But a lot of the games he wants to play won't work on it. But for the last week,
because the OS is so old on it.
Yeah, because it's so old. But for the last week, I've been a proper dick. He's seen all this stuff. And he's got into like DuckTales and things like that. And he's going, can we put Disney Plus on my iPad? No, mate, it's too shit. It won't do it. He's like, no, full well the next week he's going to get a new iPad that will do it all. But he keeps going, can we put this on there? No, it won't work, mate. It's shit. He's like, oh, okay. So yeah, next week he piss his pants with delight. But Apple TV, not worth a wank in the slightest. No. I was quite excited when I thought I had a year's worth, and I've gone on it. There's no way to. So Prime used to do this, took it away, and they brought it back, where you could just put a slider across and go, show me what's free. Right? Just want to know what's free.
Yeah.
Apple TV doesn't do that. It's probably you've got one menu with the stuff that's actually free, which is the Apple TV exclusive stuff. The rest of it is literally just, you can buy this, you can buy this, you can buy this. And I'm like, I don't want to buy that. I've got that free on net.
It's not much different than the old Apple TV then, yeah.
No, I'm going, well, I've got that on Netflix. I've got that on Amazon for free. Like, what the fuck do I need you? And then there was an animated thing about Central Park on there. And I thought, okay, that could be okay. Opened it up, watched about 5 minutes of it, and it's that Josh something over, the guy who's the he voices Olaf in Frozen.
I know what you mean. Gad,
fat little one. Yeah, that's it, Josh Gad. Yeah, and he's singing and doing some bollocks about Central Park, and I was like, this is just bullshit. What the fuck am I doing? So I think the only thing on there that looks kind of good is the Jason Momoa thing where they're all blind.
Blink. Is it not Blink? No, it's called something. It might be. It's something like that. Yeah, they're all blind, aren't they? Yeah,
they're all blind. Everyone's been blind for thousands of years, and then suddenly a kid's born that can see. How they figure that out, because it's just a baby. How they even know, I'll have no idea.
Yeah,
but
yeah, because the only thing, because it's funny because I got that and I was like, oh, brilliant! I downloaded it on all the devices and stuff. I don't think I've looked at it. I think I've flicked through and I was like, there was only one thing. I don't know what it was. It was like a sort of Spielberg Presents or something. I don't know if it's like a sort of Tales of the Unexpected type thing, but I'm not actually bothered to look. So,
no, I think I started to watch, there's a comedy program on there, and I watched the first episode and I only realized it was a comedy once it flashed up that it was a comedy. And it's about an American football coach who comes over to coach a British football team.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Yeah, it wasn't funny. No,
wasn't particularly good. No, no. So I don't think I'm going to quite bother. Watching that anymore. But yeah, Apple TV was an absolute fucking disaster. So we are on to
Custom Corner.
Boom.
Brilliant, that one, mate.
Custom Corner. Yeah, I know. It only took 5 minutes.
That's you wouldn't know, would you?
You wouldn't know. So, yeah, I've been bitten by the Mando bug last week. Week before even. We were talking about my new habit of Scott Bradley, you angel. Hey, and I started watching the Star Trek cartoon you talked about the last show, and it's great. Well worth it. It's brilliant.
Lower Decks, isn't it?
Yeah. Lower Decks is fantastic. I caned the entire first series. Brilliant. So I picked up another Django, another Sideshow Django, and printed another set of armor and this helmet. So this helmet on here is like a Punisher mashup.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and it's done by Grizzly Mountain Designs. So I signed up for their Patreon, and you get loads of stuff. So all I've had to do is thicken it up. But yeah, I thought I want to do a couple of like Death Watchy type Mandalorians. Yeah. So the only thing I think I might change on this is nick the belt, put that on something else, and the boots. The boots were pretty much all I had. They've got this horrible crease in them because it's the Sideshow body, so there's no feet in there. But what I have done since is pack those out with 2-part silicone, and then just push the foot into it, and it gets rid of those creases. Yeah. So what I was thinking of doing on my hand and anything else with those boots is just packing a bit of that silicone putty around that joint.
Yeah, it's always been a bit of a problem. Obviously, you get the posability, but yeah, they can look a bit odd. Just pack them with. So I think people just sticking like cotton wool and stuff down them, just anything, just to pack them out.
Just to pad it out. Yeah, it needs to be something a bit solid, just to push that out. But yeah, so I did that, and this was another dye job. Dyed it all. The armor. So anyone with a 3D printer, this is a little trick I discovered completely by accident. So that bottom plate that's just tucking up from the belt is off of the Sideshow figure. So that's not 3D printed. But that top chest piece, I was trying to print a full set of Mando armor at one point. And like I said, I've got a wash and cure machine. It's called a wash and cure machine. So on the settings, it's actually the other way around: cure and wash. But when you have something that's resin, you need to wash it, then cure it. So I took it off, stuck it in, hit start, and it was set to cure. So I've dropped this piece into a big fucking vat of water and then shone UV light at it. And I swear to God, it was like 2 seconds. So I've got, turned it off, washed it, took it out. Right, it's fucked. It's all pitted. Right. And it started like a layer of resin had almost cured and then started to lift. And I thought, fuck's sake. But I thought I'll keep it and I can use it for scaling. And when I was doing this, I was like, it would be really cool to kind of fuck up the armor a little bit. I thought, well, I don't have to do that. I've got one upstairs. So I got it, run a bit of sandpaper over it, and it came out really well. It's all pitted and really fucked up. So I'm gonna, next time I want to do like a fucked up piece of armor, I'm just going to cure it straight off the build plate in water for a couple of seconds and then see what it does to it. And then I've got the stand off of Jason Darren, because like I said, I've been doing very well out of him lately. So I bought this stand off him in a box of like just loads of bits that I can use. And then I think the idea is I might do one more and then leave it. But I've now accumulated a lot of Django parts that I'm now like, okay, I could probably pump out another couple of Mandos or do something slightly different. And then I think on this, I nicked the pistols that come with Cody. I'm not sure why Cody comes with the 2 pistols, because he never had the pistols in Revenge of the Sith. So, but I'm not complaining. It means I've got a couple of extra guns. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've worked on the last couple of weeks. Everything else has been odd little paint ups of heads and stuff. Yeah,
no, it's good. Your Mando collection's coming on quite nicely.
Yeah, I've ended up with thousands of fire plates and knee pads and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So do you want to take us away with the Patreon boys?
So we'd just like to thank all our Patreonies. Some of them in the chat. So yeah, thank you very much for your support. We've got Ben Porter, Sean Fear, Ian Seaby, Rennie Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Leo Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, the new one which has been set to test us, Lisa Martin Bominski, I'm going to say, Danny Lee, Dini Martin, Stephen Crett, Big Fern, King Zachary V, Susan Mariquin, Bola Boyd, good name, Eric Ruiz, Mario Cortez, Stephen Percher, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Jesse Contreras, Stephen Maria, Stanley, Lord Voldator, Eddie Manzanares, and Joe Corpus. Thank you very much. We do appreciate your support and helping us to kind of grow this network.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, guys.
So we have, if you're interested in joining the Patreon, you're not already a member, we've got 3 tiers. The Sweet Angel tier gets you a sticker a month sent straight to your door, as well as access to Ox After Dark replay. So if you can't catch it live, you can't normally watch it on catch up, but this will let you do that. The mid-tier Certified Crispy benefits of the previous tier, plus a crispy certificate, Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, and Zach will help you out with any figure fixes. Again, you know, probably more useful for you American listeners, because shipping will kind of kill that off for us.
I mean, I can have a look if you're in the UK. Just drop us a message.
Exactly. Yeah, we've all got quite a bit of experience with customizing and fixing stuff, so always shout out to us if it's something you need. And then we've got the creme de la creme, the Water Guy tier. You get a signed Collecting Weekly Live 18x24 silhouette poster. Doubles all the stickers, so you can send them to your friends and family. And our man Ian here will paint one sculpt a year for you once you've been signed up for 3 months. You supply the head, and you are responsible for shipping both ways and any customs charges. And then, so this month, the sticker that everybody will be getting is the Z Team sticker, and this has came out from Zach's 24-hour stint in Facebook jail for a naked body that we had on one of our shows. And so somebody suddenly said, "Oh, great, the Z Team!" And yeah, so that's a really cool one. And then we've got a exclusive for anybody that's in the top tier, the Water Guy. There'll be a keychain. So if you fancy one of those, come become a Water Guy.
Very cool.
And then I'll let you take us through the rest of the network. Yeah.
Yes, we've got a fair bit on now. So we've got Small Talk, which is the smaller scale of things. Very cool, guys. Well worth giving that a listen. We got Collecting Weekly, which is the main show. OFAC, us. Collecting Rarities, which is the rarer side of collecting. They do some really good stuff. I haven't listened to the last one, but the one before about trains was really good. Got the Joe Hobbying, which is Zach tinkering with stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Creeps Are Us with Manny, which is all horror based and, you know, the spooky, you know, do you believe in ghosts kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have this brand spanking new one, which is collecting weekly live unboxing, which because the whole world and his wife wants to show you what they are unboxing. So you'll have various people jumping onto this one, opening up their crap and showing it to you. Then we have After. It's a bit better than that, but you get the gist.
Yeah.
Then you have After Dark, which is all B-days and fun and Zach's ass pictures, all that kind of shenanigans. And then In and Out, which is the newest show on the network, which I think Eddie is no longer part of. He's shuffled off this mortal coil, isn't he? So to speak. He's leaving.
Is he?
I think so. Eddie, okay. Is it Eddie? Eddie's going, or is it Mario? One of them's going, so we'll see who's left at the end of it. Yeah, so that is us. That's everyone. It's a cool mix of different shows there. I think there's something there for absolutely everyone.
Yeah. Small Talk's good because they merged with the Collecting Comics.
Yeah.
So that's now.
I mean, I don't envy them because, you know, when you look at Hasbro and stuff like that, they are pumping so much shit out on a regular basis. Like our show sheet for this one was probably like a page at the most. Theirs is like
Dylan's is like reams
5-6 pages of just it's a lot of effort for me.
The Wi-Fi in the cave is Eddie can't keep up with the stream. That's why he's.
See, I envision Eddie living in a Flintstones type setup.
Yeah.
So his modem is and this is how his modem. That's how old it is. His modem is actually a porcupine. Just shit like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame though because you know we like Eddie.
We do.
Yeah, we like Mario as well, but we do like Eddie. Like, it's a shame that, mate. But you can always come back whenever you want. So yeah, that is us. That is it. And I think this is probably the shortest show we've ever had, an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was somewhat helped by the fact that we didn't actually find anything that came out this fortnight. So
no, we missed a big chunk of it because there really was fuck all. Fuck all.
Yeah,
that we thought anyone would want to talk about.
We have noticed, Eddie. Don't worry about anything else. Yeah.
When I was at work today, I was checking out a road safety audit, and I was just wandering around the airport, and I had my earbud in listening, so he kept me company today.
I thought you said that he was about. I thought you were going to say that he popped up in the video.
In a pothole somewhere, just popped up.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm
like
everywhere.
Thank you very much, guys. And
thanks, everybody.
Will. It's not goodbye. It's until next time. Definitely. I like that. And we will see you all next time. Catch you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers, guys. Bye.